Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast. Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of double XI.
Positive Power 21.org Internet Radio.
You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hey, my name is Davis and I'm from Haiti, but I live in Dominican Republic. I'm here, Positive Power 21, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide.
That's right, you tell him, little buddy. You're listening to Late Night with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide right here on Positive Power, Double XI Christian Media. We hope you guys having a great time, enjoying all our shows. That's right, we had a great time just sitting back enjoying. So hope you guys enjoy Power Lift. That's right, we just heard Power Lift with Red and Crystal Henry coming out of Dallas, Texas. But tonight, y'all, this is a Charm City thing. This is a DMV thing right here. We got the beautiful Kelly HOLLAND, and our special guest is model, entrepreneur, and fitness expert, and also a survivor. That's right, from the DMV, we talk about TISHA Baker. You probably saw her tonight. That's right, she was on, well, I'm sorry, not tonight, but this morning she was on My Journey with Paula G. And some of you probably saw her in the Red Room of Shea Daniels. She tells a fascinating story. And this is a woman who stepped out on faith, started her own business, picked up a partner, even got her own clothing line, just to let out a few tidbits about her. But look, let's get Kelly HOLLAND out here real quick and see what's going on with her. What's up, Kelly? How you doing?
Hey, Batman. Hey, Baltimore. I'm doing well this evening. How are you?
Yeah, we hanging in there, Kelly. So how you doing? Are you locked down, or you still going to work and everything? What's the deal?
I am definitely locked down. I'm supposed to start doing some online schooling for the students of Baltimore County. That's supposed to start on Monday. That's one of my little gigs. So we'll see. All my other little gigs are kind of laying dormant right now, but glory be to God.
Yeah,
everybody's laying dormant right now.
That's right. That's right. So have you been out there enjoying the fresh air? Because I think the air is a little fresher now.
Yes,
especially in Baltimore.
Everything just seems. I think we appreciate it more now that we don't necessarily have the rigmarole. We're not doing our mundane daily routines. We're actually, trying to fill time right now. So I think that's contributing to a lot more people getting out. People that rarely take a walk are going outside to enjoy the fresh air. And I'm glad we're turning off the TVs and, plugging into some natural resources. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. And the funny thing is, some of us, coming up with all kinds of conspiracy theories and observation of what's going on. I think everything is happening at one time. I think it probably is a conspiracy stuff going on out there, but at the same time, I think old Mother Earth said it's time to take a break, and
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, everybody need to take a time out, no matter what you're doing. Selling money, selling drugs, moving whatever you're moving. Time to take a time out. Yeah, because violence has been so. Yeah, because violence has been so rapid too. Look at some of our politicians. They don't know what to do about the gun situation. I mean, of course, we all seen what happened. I think back in the 90s with the whole Oliver North thing, and the guns being guns and drugs. Yeah, I mean, but it's affecting our urban communities now, because just think, a lot of those guys in the 90s that were toting guns and selling drugs and destroying the community, they left those kids. And those are the kids we're looking at now that's going crazy, because one,
I agree.
Because just think of,
It was a bunch of stuff there.
Right.
So, you got projects, you got welfare, you got.
They got rid of that.
The house.
They got rid of the welfare, pretty much. Right.
Closed down a factory,
yeah.
Closed down the jobs that people been working on 20, 40 years, took away their pension. I mean, it's been a dog-eat-dog situation for some time now.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe because other people, other races get to live how, I hate to say it like this, but it's like us brown folk, we know the struggle. We live through the struggle on a daily basis.
That's
I
right.
think it's those other people that's
That's right.
kind of suffering.
That's right. We've been robbing Paul
how many
and Pam
brown
Peter.
cases of? I'm curious how many brown cases has COVID-19 affected versus other non-brown people.
Yeah.
Curious.
Yeah, because you're right. Because we used to going in and got to clean up because we're trying to keep the bug population down and the rodents down. So we used to clean it up. So ain't a whole lot of and we don't leave fingerprints.
Exactly.
I don't leave fingerprints. That's right. I don't leave no fingerprints.
Cleaning up after ourselves.
Yeah.
Exactly. We've been washing our hands. We okay with the cleanliness. It's next to godliness.
That's right.
Amen.
That's right. Because our laundry mats be packed.
But the mother folk.
I think we the only ones be breaking up laundry mats and breaking washers and stuff. We wear it down.
For the quarters. They in there for the quarters.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? Imagine how tall their laundry pile grew when they weren't going to the daggone laundromat. I hope they washing curtains and comforters, too, while they got those big old machines to work with.
That's right. Yeah, it's an interesting time. We were just listening.
Get that dust out your house.
It's funny, you don't really realize how much it's affecting. You just had an artist on. This guy actually won 5 Grammys. And he was saying how a lot of people got projects. This is the time. Usually the first quarter of the year is when a lot of musicians be releasing new projects. Because the award show is going to be coming up again, and this is when they coming out of the studios. They working with graphic artists. Their team. Ready to hit. They're going to be doing festivals. That's when all this stuff is happening during this time. So now everybody's just dormant right now. Just, they don't know what to do.
How about that?
Yeah. It's a new thing.
Nothing wrong with saving all this money. I hope you're saving money.
That's Save at least gas. Hey, look. The president number 45 said the gas is going to be coming down to 99 cents. It figures we're not going to be using it. We don't need it right now. They're driving up the
There's
street.
no demand for that supply, sir. Keep all your crude oil and non-renewable sources over there. I saw gas under $2 earlier this week. It was like $1.95.
It's probably gonna come down. Man, I've been driving on the same gas tank for 3 weeks, and I got a truck. That thing don't last for but a week. If I get 6 days out of it, and it's like, wow, I still got the same gas.
Does gas get stale? Does gas go stale?
Yeah, it can. If you leave it in your lawnmower.
My tank's been full for a while too.
Yeah, you leave it in your lawnmower. I told my wife, I said, "Hey, you gotta go start your car." she
goodness, you gonna cipher it out?
Said,
remember those days when people was ciphering gas from lawnmowers? Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm not telling my age or nothing, but it happened more than once in history, people.
That's right, them long gas. Now, we always seeing stuff, in our era, I guess since we were born, because I remember, during that time when it was those really long gas line. I mean, it was like ridiculous when gas was scarce. And that's when it was, the whole Middle East thing was out of control. And because people don't remember though, but the U.S. used to pump its own gas, used to develop its own gas.
We have our own oil reserves. Yeah, we definitely have our own oil reserves, and we also have our own coal reserves. But the Middle East, they have the biggest pie.
But they're not the only ones. I was watching a documentary.
Oh no, there's other places.
Yeah, it was a documentary where I was watching that this one country just came out of nowhere because they found a way how to work with another form of energy. At one time, they said you couldn't really bottle it up, which is gas, natural gas. You couldn't really ship gas at one time, but they found a way to do it.
Right.
And that country became a multi-billion trillion dollar country in I think less than 20 years or something like that. I forgot the name of the country, but it's over in the Middle East.
Wonderful.
It's like another Dubai. Yeah, it's supposed to be awesome. Yeah, you gotta check that documentary out. If I find, I'll send it to you. But people don't realize what's going on. Things are just happening
right
because of energy.
Climate change is real. Climate change is definitely real. The sources of energy that we use right now is not renewable. Geothermal energy sources, that's heat from the core of the earth, is something that scientists are really trying to make more popular now, along with solar energy.
Yeah, because they have the technology.
I didn't know I was so knowledgeable about this until just now.
Well, they have the technology that we really wouldn't have to pay for our power. But of course, It's not going to happen as long as you got those folks in the White House. But they do have ways that, some countries, I think in South America, they don't pay for power. Their power is free. Yeah.
Well, hey, that's great. I'm glad they were able to create such a benefit. 45, he's still kind of primal. He wants to make walls in a time where everything is digital. So
see, now you know why. See, now you know what
his energy sources.
See, the reason why he wanted the wall was he wanted us to keep us from leaving. He wasn't building to keep them out. It was to keep us from leaving, so we won't pass C-19 out to the Mexicans. They don't want it. It don't work on them. Yeah, that's what the deal.
I can't with you.
He pulled the flim flam on us. He pulled the flim flam on us.
A joke on us.
Yeah.
I can't with you.
Well, you ready to talk to Miss TISHA Baker? I know she's eager to talk to us, and she's so famous out there.
I'm so excited to get all in her business.
I know. I see her all over social media.
So excited,
doing her thing.
I was looking at her fitness videos. I'm like, girl, you are a beast. So maybe she can motivate me through the phone.
Yeah, fashion shows. I think I seen her do 2 shows in the last month or 2. So what's up, TISHA Baker? What's up, lady? Mm-hmm. What's going on?
Hey.
DMV. How you feeling?
Hello, I'm here. I was on mute. I'm
sorry.
Yeah, we do that.
No
we gotta get our chat on first, But look, I'm going to sit back and listen to the girl talk. So I'm chilling. You need me? I'm right here. Amen.
Always. Amen. Amen. And thank you, Batman. Well, good evening, Miss Baker. I'm so glad to have you here with me. Now we get to chit chat. We've been guests on our sister shows, and now we get a chance to do our own little thing. So I'm excited about that, and I'm also excited to have this one-on-one conversation with you, even though we have listeners, right? But to have this one-on-one conversation with you about your fitness regimen, because, honey, child, you inspire me in more ways than I realize, and I'm anxious a little bit. Just if you could turn my body into the machine you have. So again, thank you for joining us tonight. Please let the beautiful people know who you are and what it is that you do.
Hi, my name is Letitia Baker. I am a mom of 2. I work full time. I am a certified life coach, certified fitness and personal trainer, and an entrepreneur.
Awesome.
Those little things going on.
Hey, this day and age, if you only got one job, you're not working hard enough.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, but it's not like we want to work 15 jobs at once. It's because, the times have kind of forced it upon us. But glory be to God, it gets done, doesn't it? However, some way, somehow, it gets done. I'm curious, though, your full-time job, does that have anything to do with what you're passionate about?
No.
And I thank you for your transparency. No, that's a very common answer. She's like, soon as this other side of me grows and grows and grows, you may not need that other side of you that you're dealing with today. And I'm happy. I love to see the transition. I just transitioned myself about 1.5 years ago. It was the toughest, scariest thing in the world, and it actually forced itself on me. I wasn't trying to. I just got fired. So now I have space and opportunity. I know, right? Time and opportunity. But how is it for you? How was it that you were able to carve out time into your busy life? You're a mom, you work full time, you're running businesses, but you still, girl, you look good. I mean, you got back muscles, front muscles, but you're feminine looking. Some girls, I'm like, oh, you could took a year off, baby. So, yeah, tell us how you can make the time to say this.
Okay, so between the children, you have to schedule time for you. So I either do it in the morning before I get the girls up and before I get ready to go to work, or I'll do it in the evening. It's hard to do it in the evening after your mind is already all over the place from everything during the day. So I'd rather do it first thing in the morning. So by the time I get home, I can just do what I need to do and go lay down.
How long does your workout take?
It all depends. Because I have a business partner. He's also a personal trainer, and we train together. And it's almost like as soon as we get in, we say, okay, we're not going to be that long today. But as soon as we get in there, we've been in there for 2 hours, maybe 2.5, and we be like, we've been in here seem like all day. But it's something we love to do.
Motivating each other, encouraging each other, pushing each other. That's awesome. So you getting up in the morning about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock? When does your day start?
On any given day, my day could start at 4:30, depending on if I have a client, because sometimes I have a client who wants to work out at 5. So some mornings it start at 4:30, and then since I already have a client that wakes up that early, my body is already set to get up that early anyway. So I'm like, since I'm already up, and I have a gym down in my basement, so I'm like, I don't even have to go to the gym. I don't feel like it that day. I can just go downstairs and work out.
Okay. Well, that was a question I was going to ask, but you put us right there. I'm always curious that when people are, they like you have a good rhythm going, it's fixed into your schedule. It's not like you're making time to work out. This is your regular lifestyle, right? And so I'm assuming you also do some type of, right?
Do some type
to some extent.
What was the last part? I'm sorry.
Healthy cooking or some type of meal prep or stuff like that.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I do all this extra stuff, because then I'll be lying, right? So the thing is,
all I do is work out.
No, you got to be as transparent as possible, because people think that when you do fitness that all these people eat ultra healthy. Now, if I'm trying to compete, so yes. However, I have those.
Okay.
I have peanut M&Ms, Smarties, Munchos. Those are my favorites. So I have to work them in some kind of way.
Okay.
Then I like Subway cookies and then pizza. So I find a way to work them in. So I have it's not a strict. Mine is more flexible, but it isn't flexible to the point where all I eat is the bad stuff. So majority of the meal plan is good stuff, and sometimes I'll eat, once a week or whatever, and I log it in my meals to say, okay, all right, I had it, so let's move on.
Okay, and you're honest about it, and you're keeping track. Do you find that it's tedious, or just like getting up in the morning for the gym, that logging your food? Do you find that to be tedious, or is it just something that's second nature at this point? Because I tried everything you're saying. I probably didn't try hard enough, but I promise you I tried a little bit. So, like,
anybody who tell you it isn't, who tell you it isn't, they telling you a story, because it is tedious. It gets to a point where you're like, I do not feel like logging this today. So sometimes for me, I'll make the same thing for the whole week. So all I have to do is log the same thing, keep it moving.
Every week? Yeah.
No, not every week. I can't do it every week like that. So 1 week I'll have straight chicken, broccoli, and rice. The next week I'll make something else. And, I have the Instant Pot. So that is my new favorite thing.
Really? I've seen one of those. I'm going to send it to my daughter in school. So is it like a crock pot, but it's faster?
It's not even a crock pot. It's a pressure cooker. So you put everything in there that you're going to put in there, right? So say like you could put chicken in there, and you set it for pressure cook for 10. And it's like 20 minutes and your chicken is done.
Oh, is it done?
You could, yes, done. Literally. You could be,
chicken, you might sort of a little red.
I have 2 of them. So one was given to me by my daughter for Christmas, and one was given to me by, so I got another one at a gift exchange. So I put one with my meats and one with my vegetables. Vegetables only take 4 minutes in the pressure cooker.
You done figured out how
I lied to you not. By the time
I'm doing the wrong thing.
Look, by the time I'm done, I had my meal prep. all ready for the week done. Took a shower, got the kids ready, and everything is good.
You know what? I'm a little jealous, just a tad bit, just a tad bit. But I want to shift gears real quick, and I appreciate you diving in, giving us the details on how we can live a healthier lifestyle, and definitely saying, listen, I still eat my pizza, I still eat my candy, but that's not the majority of my diet. That's something that I've earned. That's something that I've worked in, but it's flexible. Thank you for letting us know that, because honestly, I'm just thinking I got to be a drill sergeant with my life. The cereal is the devil. Stop eating it. And potato chips is the devil's friends. Don't eat those either.
Well, what I will say is, if you're going to eat potato chips, don't sit and eat the whole bag. You understand what I'm saying? So,
why did I open it to finish it?
No, I mean, that's
I got a
real.
problem. I'm being real. I got a problem with potato chips. Anybody that know me, I'll go in the store, get 3 different bags, put them all in one trail mix. So what I'm going to tell you to do right. So what you can do right is those 3 bags that you mix together. Oh, Jesus.
Go to the store and get the quart size bags. Get the quart size bags, or like the quart size freezer bags or whatever. After you done mix them together, and divvy out your little portions in those bags.
So I can have my chips and not feel bad.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey, I like that. I want to shift gears real quick and talk about Letitia, the woman. You know, before you became this powerhouse right here, what was the steps you took to get there? Who was at the bottom of that step? Because we already see who's at the top. But who was at the bottom of those steps a few years back, or however long it took you to get all this discipline in your life? Who were you before then?
Okay, who was I before then? Miss Insecure, Miss Depressed, Miss Filled with Anxiety, Miss I'm not sure, Indecisive, what else? Worried all the time, fearful.
Let me ask you this. Was those emotions centered around a relationship?
After
or was
I
that
came
just
out
what you were?
violence. No, because before I went in, before I got married, you know, I used to model and stuff before I got married. So, and I used to dance. Me and my sister used to choreograph dances for school. So that wasn't me. It was after domestic violence that I became all these negative things. It's like they were attached to me. And I'm not going to lie, some are still there. And it takes a little working through and things like that. But it's not like it was before.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And without too far into your business, I just want to pause right here and say that domestic violence is a very real subject. And not just women are victims, but men are victims too. And it's important, you know, that people do a mental health check and just really dive into who you are at the moment. And if you like that person or if you want to modify, because I can be honest with you, and me too, I was in a marriage, and I didn't realize who would I become. You know, one day I'm joyful, happy Kelly. I'm either Miss Kelly working with the kids, or I'm Kelly, the employee trying to excel in corporate office. And I thought that was my life. I had a husband, I had children, I had a home. You know, I thought I made it. But I was dead on the inside. And it's not like I have all these things and I died. No, it was what I went through that caused me to be dead on the inside. It was the back and forth fighting, the back and forth arguing, my girls seeing me fighting their dad and arguing with their dad, or being very emotional or crying, or my son seeing how their dad is mistreating me and they thinking this is normal behavior, and I'm covering for their piece of crap dad at the time, you know, just who that person was at the moment. And then when you coming out of that, or when you start to turn that mirror around and do self-reflection, and I'm speaking of myself here, but I'm sure others can relate, you don't know who the heck you are. I found myself coming to work getting a bottle of wine and putting it in some other type of cup, and I would sit right at my desk and get faded.
Wow.
Right. That was the only place I could escape. I had no escape in my house. If I was 10 minutes late getting home, I was cheating, or something. There was always something. And so I'm just like, unfortunately, I got to play with my money to find some peace. And it took my supervisor, whom I never got along with on a personal level, until I finally broke down and said, I think I have to have a divorce, in my crying voice. And she's like, I know. You've been trying to hide it, but I know. That was such a relief. Oh, my God. And it was such a relief. And then the healthiest move for me was to not stay in that atmosphere, but to start to learn who I was and what self-love was. And if you wasn't getting with that program, then sayonara, because I done lost enough as it is already. I can spare to lose one more too. But go on with your bad self. Like, people I thought was my friends, they wasn't my friends. I ain't want to get all in your business, but I'll tell you.
I don't mind sharing. I don't mind sharing.
But can you relate, though? I'm sure other people can relate, but can you relate? And was this during your marriage or after your marriage or before or was it the marriage itself? I'm like, how can you relate?
Mine was more after. It wasn't so much, I'm going to take that back. Yes, it was during, because it was, like you said, you was gone to the store for too long. Mm-hmm. Where did you stop at besides store, and it was
you had a whole affair in 5 minutes.
You talk to your mom and them too much on the phone, and you talk to your sister and them. How come you don't keep conversation with me like that?
Isolation.
So then I started isolating myself and didn't realize that's what was happening, until it was too late.
Jedi mind trick. Even though I make light of it, this is very real. Abusers, narcissist men, things of that nature, they want you to themselves. They want to alienate you so you can feel like you're alone, so you can feel like you're not worthy, so you don't have nobody to run to and talk about his little raggedy tail. And so that's what they do. They get all up in your head. And then this is the messed up part, women. We turn into these loyal puppies. And that's what I like to say, because as soon as he turns nice, all that pain is gone. You don't even remember it. You're just living in that bliss. And then a day and a half later, when he gets back to that monster that you used to living with, you go right back into your little box of isolation, insecurity, or welcoming that negativity. And I'm here to tell you right now, sweetheart, man, woman, dog, cat, whoever listening, whatever you identify with, tap back into your unspeakable joy. Tap back into who it is that you are meant to be. She is here saying, hey, I'm a survivor. I'm here saying, hey, I'm a survivor. And we tell our story because we want you to make it through. Amen?
Yes, amen.
Amen, amen, amen. Very quickly, when you decide to put yourself first, how hard was that step?
It's still kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie, because I have 2 children, so I'm still learning how to take my space for myself. But when I found fitness, I was like, that's my time. You're not gonna impede on that. That's my mental escape, if you will. So I kind of, when I leave out and I'm going to the gym, and I don't want you to call me, any of that. That's my time. So I'm still learning, because as a mom too, you got to balance the two, and we put so much into our children that we don't put enough back into ourselves. So I'm still learning.
I think you're doing a great job, and it's really nice that your girls, you're welcome, but your girls also see what you're doing in a positive aspect, and now they're supporting you. They're buying you things, they're encouraging you. I think that's a wonderful model that you've set, and I'll be even willing to bet money. I can, just from the small conversation that we're having today, I can bet that right now, the space that you're in is 100% better than who you were, let's say, 5-10 years ago. In regards to, see, you agree in regards to that. Here's a quick question I have for you. Did you ever feel, because this is common, but people go through it's common, these are all signs of abuse, people, pay attention. They can be subtle or they can be extreme. But did you ever find yourself over-validating?
Yes.
Okay, so mine was to take a picture and show you type of over-validating. What did you do from time to time?
What, to prove that where I was?
Yeah, so yeah, one of them little stupid things.
Actually, I didn't even really have to do much of anything because he would take the car, the only car we had, and leave me stuck in the house. I mean, you say it's not funny, but it's like when you look back on these things and you just be like, I cannot
what you put up with.
Mm-hmm. But it's not even that. It's more of a mental thing. A lot of people don't realize. And a lot of people, I sit on, I scroll through Facebook and you hear women say, I would never be in that position. First of all, a lot of them don't even know what domestic violence looks like. They just think it's physical. And some of them are in domestic violent relationships and really don't know that.
Mm-hmm. Tell them. Right there with you 100%. Yes. I think it's the brave person that stands up and tells their story, because that person says, this is what happened, this is what I did, and here's the finished product. And to be honest with you, that's where I like to get my information from, those experts. Okay? I don't want no book knowledge person trying to tell me about life that you've never experienced. Need both for me. Okay? I need to know that you had, you've experienced some hurt and you got this degree. I want both. Okay?
Right. Right.
Because that's where I know it's genuine. You know what I mean? So, like, you speak at shelters and different places right now, right?
I speak what?
You speak publicly at different places now. Is this a part of your message?
Yeah. Well, more of my message is geared towards it's geared towards the families, I guess, per se. Okay. Because a lot of times the family and friends, remember how you say you lost friends along the way? Mm-hmm. A lot of the family and friends say, oh, I'm here for you, I got you, until you say, I'm going back, and then they roll out on you, right? Mm-hmm. However, a lot of them don't realize the language and verbiage that they use towards you when you're going through can be just as abusive as the person that you're dealing with.
Amen.
So it's like, what's the purpose of leaving this situation when I'm going to come over here and all I'm going to hear is, I told you so, you shouldn't have did this, you shouldn't have did. You understand what? Nobody wants to be ridiculed when you already feeling bad.
Mm-hmm. And it's hard for us to even see the silver lining, right? Mm-hmm. Keep going.
So my message is to them, you have to have patience, because at the end of the day, it's not something that we're choosing. It's something that we end up being in because our mental was has been weighed down by so much, and we don't realize we have been manipulated into this thing. It was like a facade at first, everything, you know. And like I tell families, sometimes you have to have a different mindset, frame of mind when you're dealing with somebody because at the end of the day, it turns into mental health issues.
That's
so it's
where
almost
I was
like
going.
dealing with somebody who has a mental health issue. Are you going to walk away from them when they keep having their episodes?
So you know what? It's funny you say that, because I've always worked side by side with therapists or in-home workers or one-on-one workers or psychiatric rehab workers or some type of affiliation with people that go through mentors and counselors. I'm usually in the mix somewhere. But anyway, I bring that up because it's important that we recognize where things are coming from and where we're going, but it's also important to recognize who's in your corner, who's always there, and where your support systems come from. People may not have the support systems from their immediate family, but they may have their support system from their medical team. And mental health illness affects anyone. It's not something that you should be ashamed of. It's something that is common, whether you recognize it or not. And it's also something that is curable, whether you recognize it or not. You do not have to be that person all the time. And a little less of that person each day feels so much better than being stuck and tight the whole time. At least that's my opinion about how to get over. Again, I'm coming from the area of expert knowledge. I am definitely a survivor of an abusive marriage, but I was able to see the big picture. I'm not going to cover for you anymore. When you mess up, the kids will see it. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm putting me first. And was it hard? But it's been such a rewarding process. And the woman I am today, she could never have stood here and say, this is what I'm really experiencing, because from the outside looking in, I was all smiles. Nobody could even tell we was this bad off. What? Y'all always seem to love each other. I said, girl, I was putting on a show that I couldn't do no more. Did you feel that way?
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking a lot about mental health, abuse, physical health, and all of the above. But I see that you are starting off on a new business venture. Outside of your fitness company, you have a clothing line. Can you tell us about that?
Okay, so I have one with myself and one with my business partner.
Okay. Two clothing lines.
The first one
Amen.
is Butterfly Behavior, and the next one we have coming out, it will be Breaking Every Chain, because our fitness is called Break Every Chain Fitness.
Okay.
So we're trying to collaborate with the two fitness, because we have the same mission, the same vision, and all of that. Breaking Every Chain Fitness represents breaking the chain of depression, anxiety, all those things that's holding you back. And Butterfly Behavior represents the evolving from all of those, breaking those chains. So that's why it's the same vision and mission and things of that nature.
Why'd you pick a butterfly?
I love butterflies because a lot of people don't understand. In order to go through life, we represent, I feel as though we represent the caterpillar, right? We have to go through all of the motions, right? And in order to become the butterfly, we have to shed all of the generational curses. We have to shed all of the extra nonsense. We have to have a period of darkness. And then once we finally release that, that is when we can emerge our best selves. So that's why I like the butterfly, and it represents beauty. It represents pain. It represents everything, because just because you see the beautiful on the outside, you just never know what that transformation took for them to get there. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people see it. Oh, my God, I want to catch it. But do you know what it took for that butterfly to get there to look like that?
Beautiful.
Do you know it had to sit in its own nest for a long time?
Did you know it was a caterpillar? Oh, yes. I get it. I love that symbolism. That is so beautiful. And it comes with a good story behind it. And then you got the other clothing line, Break Every Chain. I like that. And
well, my business partner.
Chain.
Yes,
Go ahead.
My business partner is he likes the song Break Every Chain by TISHA. So he was like, break every chain.
That was inspiration.
Because we're breaking those chains of everything that's holding us back. So he envisioned the two hands breaking those chains. So that's what that represents. So the chain, each link is representing everything that's holding you back. So you just breaking it every time. So we think fitness isn't just physical. We think of fitness as physical, mental, spiritual, because it requires all of it.
That's beautiful. I am so grateful to speak to another brown business. I'm so happy for you, Miss Lady, and I hope that one day you'll be able to make that full transition. So it's all about what you like and love, providing for you and the family.
Yes, ma'am.
So before we wrap up, I'm sure Batman has a few questions, but I want to give you the opportunity to let the listeners know how they can reach you, how they can find your new programs, how they can become new members with your fitness group, how they can just tap into all of your resources.
Okay. If you said how can they find me, they can find me on Instagram, Fit Butterfly, FITBUDGAFLY. I am on Facebook, TISHA Baker. I have another page. It's a model page, Butterfly 2 Model. And my business partner is Break Every Chain _fitness on IG. And his name is Dre Tuff on Facebook. So those are the places you can find us.
Thank you so much. And is your apparel available on those sites?
It will be.
Okay, it's coming up, baby.
Actually, we have an app just getting ready to launch in a few days, so it'll be able to be on the app as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Batman, do you have any questions for the lovely TISHA Baker?
I know all about her. I just want to say TISHA has really impressed me, during this period that we have known her. I met her through my cousin, Zenobia. And, of course, we know her more through acting because that's the platform I met her on. So watching her, transform into this butterfly, being an entrepreneur, still being a good mom, and at the same time, she's giving something to this world. Because sometimes that's what it's all about, is finding your purpose. And sometimes when you don't find your purpose, that's when you're in a position to let people take advantage of you, because now they're going to get the power over you, instead of letting them feel powerless. So, good for you. And I think you're an inspiration to all women, and keep doing what you're doing, and anything we could do for you. Of course, when we get past all this, I got a project for you. I am an advocate for domestic violence. We're actually putting out short films. This is actually the second one we put out, but officially it's the first one that we did on film, because I think we did a couple pieces with you and Zenobia, which we still haven't completed yet. But, we'll get to it. That'll be my next project since I'm here. I can catch up.
Oh, that's right.
So we really
that
appreciate it.
man's always working.
Yeah, and plus she got a very lovely daughter, and we because I know if mom is doing acting, daughter's probably doing a little acting. So we want to bring you in on the project. I think I told you a little bit about a children's project we're working on. So we want to have all hands on deck for that. And I'm really feeling good about that. I mean, God has really been speaking to my spirit about that. And you're definitely inspiration. Every time I see you out there, that's just motivation for someone who's supposed to be. Sometimes you kind of get a little bit, shy what you're doing. Sometimes you feel tired because you take it on so much. But sometimes that one person such as yourself is on social media is motivation enough to say, let me get back in gear, Let me get out of park and get back in gear, So I appreciate you. And thank you so much. And we love you here at Positive Power.
Thank you.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. And again, that was a phenomenal show that she did with Paula G. And we happy for her. We happy for her. So keep doing what you're doing. All right. So you guys ready to hear some music? Y'all ready to hear some music?
Time.
All right. This is from...
Yes, go ahead. Who are we listening to?
We're listening to Steve Ray. Steve was just here. He was just on Powerlifting. Congratulations to Pastor Red and Crystal Henry. They just started a brand new program with us. So now we got the real Triple Podcast now, because now we have them along with us and ProFact. So ProFact comes on after this at 11 o'clock, coming out of the West Coast. So ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned at 11 o'clock. I know a lot of you have been hearing a lot of the West Coast. We've been playing a lot of his shows, and just to piggyback on what you guys were talking about, these were two guys who made mistakes when they were very, very young, had to pay for it with time, and now they're out raising their family, taking care of their wives. I mean, they talk so nice about their wives and what their wives do for them and raising their kids and building ministries. So we just want to put a plug in for No Judgment Zone that comes on at 11 o'clock. So meanwhile, let's listen to this song. This one's called, what did I tell you it's called? Do I Know? Do You Know? Do You Know by Steve Ray Latson. All right, and this is an R&B song, but it's a feel good song. Feel good song. All right, so about messages.
Okay.
All right. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us right here on Positive Power, Late Night with Jervis Live and Kelly Holland. Take care, everybody, and have a super week. See you next week.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
I get a tingling in my bones when I hear your voice over the phone. Oh, turns me on. Oh, it's a feeling that I never forget. The hair stands up on the back of my neck. Yeah.
listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast. Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of double XI.
Positive Power 21.org Internet Radio.
You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hey, my name is Davis and I'm from Haiti, but I live in Dominican Republic. I'm here, Positive Power 21, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide.